Welcome into the Coach Caleb Ross Show. I'm Daryl Brackett, and we are live from Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville. Got an action-packed show for you tonight. From sitting down with Coach Caleb Ross, head coach of your Prattville Lions, to hearing from Chip Powell, Will Barrett, members of your Game Day broadcast crew, and even some players, assistant coaches, and maybe some special guests. Guys, we just want to let you know right off the top, Dixie Country 100.1, Prattville Live YouTube, DixieCountry.net, and you can say Alexa, play Dixie Country on TuneIn. So many ways you can listen to the show. You can catch us live on YouTube. We are excited on Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30. And let's welcome in now the head coach, the man of the hour, Caleb Ross. Coach, you're the reason we're here. It's game week. It is finally here. Big one tomorrow night. First off, how you feeling, my man?
Well, we're feeling good. You know, we've had a really good week of practice, and man, the boys are the reason why we're here. Let's get that straight. But no, man, we're excited. It's start of football. What else can you ask for? I mean, it's the best sport out there. We're obviously biased, but man, it's in the air. I know our kids, man, they've been competing against one another. They're ready to go compete against somebody else.
Coach, again, we're at Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville for the Coach Caleb Ross Show. And let's just get right off the top. Last season, let's start with that. Finished 7-4 overall, first-round playoff loss to McGill-Tulane. You know, just speaking with the local people of Watauga County and, you know, just around the surrounding areas of all these other high schools, looking at your program in year one, a lot of people really, really impressed for what you put on the field just coming into it. What was the biggest thing maybe that you took away from year one?
Well, you know, we come in, and anytime you take over something and it has not been very successful, man, you really got to kind of flip it upside down. Mm-hmm. Really, I know the big buzzword out there is culture, but you got to change how everything's done. And we did that, man. The kids bought in. I thought that we laid an outstanding foundation for what we want to accomplish, you know, moving forward with this program. And there's a lot of people, maybe they had unrealistic expectations, say, oh, man, we're going to be state champions the first year. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that was possible that first year. But to me, my realistic goal was to get Prattville back in the playoffs. Man, the kids bought into everything we said and had a really, really good first year. Really proud of where we're at.
Coach, you know, big topic of conversation, no Trey Edwards, you know, some guys that were really successful last season offensively for you. Looking at the quarterback position, looking at what you're going to do early, I know a lot of fans really want to know what's the 2019 version offensively for the Prattville Lions?
Yeah, man, and yeah, Trey was a great player, man, had a great senior season. But, you know, Kyle Kramer played a really good bit last year and made some big throws and some big ball games. So he comes back as our starting quarterback. We will be a little bit different offensively. Obviously, with Trey, we were going to use his legs a little bit more. But Trey could throw the football. I've always said, man, Trey had great legs and could throw. Kyle's a great thrower, but Kyle can run a little bit too. and he'll surprise you now. He really can. So, but, yeah, what we call offensively, we're not going to change really overall philosophy, but we will tweak things. We may run a few more schemes that are going to be suited for Kyle. But what we are and who we are really is not going to change a whole lot. But you know, we feel really good. Kyle's he's been in big ball games. He's played since his sophomore year. He's led us in the spring. Had a great spring game. He had a great summer in 7-on-7. And, man, he's had a really good August camp. Had a really good scrimmage last Thursday night against Meet the Line. So, man, we're in good hands at the quarterback position.
Coach Caleb Ross Show here from Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville. Still got a loaded show. It's from 5:30 to 6:30 each Thursday night. And, Coach, so we talked a little offense, kind of, you know, jump from last season. Now let's look at the schedule, okay, because the first week, the game that you have coming up tomorrow night, you're going to be on the road at Foley. Last season, Foley 1-9 overall in 2018. But just running down the schedule, man, I see a really tough spot coming up around next month. You got Phoenix City, Enterprise, Wetumpka, 3 straight road games.
Right.
Who made this schedule? Who put you in this, man?
Well, sometimes it's luck of the draw. You know, I think pretty much how it goes. After every game's basically a 2-year contract. So if we played them at home last year, we're going to go on the road this year. And I remember we were very loaded early last year. Played 4 of our first 5, so we knew this was coming. That, hey, you're going to play one home game, and it's going to be almost a month and a half where you get back home. But sometimes it's just how you draw the region schedule, and sometimes it's the only way you can make it work with trying to play teams. But, you know, hey, it's a tough schedule, but this is what high school football is about, man. Now, you want to be able to have competitive games on Friday night, and, man, having your team giving their best effort against a team across the field that's a quality opponent with a quality coaching staff, man, giving their best, opponent, giving their best effort. And,
right, Coach.
you know,
Now,
we're not shying away from it.
You know, it's something coming in. I mean, let's not shy away from it. You're playing in Class 7A Region 2, and just going down the list of these teams, Auburn, Phoenix City, Enterprise, Jeff Davis, Lee Montgomery, yourself, Prattville, Smith Station. A lot of people that know a lot about high school football in the state consider this, if not the top 2 or 3 regions in the entire state of high school football, just competing within this each week. I mean, yeah, you got Foley on the road, but then you come back, you host Stanhope Elmore, a big game for y'all. You know, is this a type of schedule that from week to week it helps you get better, it helps the kids grow up from, let's say, spring, summer, fall camps to get to that point because you're playing such stiff competition?
There's no doubt. I mean, you really have there really ain't time is not what you have. You better be ready to play. I mean, you got a traditional program like Foley, a tough rival game like Stanhope. It's always a tough ball game. And one thing our region, with Region 2 and 7A, man, it is a physical region. And I've had college coaches will come in and they'll recruit and they'll say, Coach, if this kid can play in y'all's region, he can play at our level, because you're not only getting great athletes, you're getting great coaching every Friday night in our region. Man, and you get a variety, man. You just get a little bit of everything. And every team, even I guess you could say a couple years ago, Smith Station was down. Well, even they had a great year last year. They were 6-4, so that program's on the rise. Obviously, what you got in Central, man, and the defending state champion. And Auburn, just, man, outstanding job that coaching staff does. And same thing with the 2 Montgomery schools, man. Those are good programs with good coaches that do good jobs. So, Enterprise, new coach, guy's got a ton of wins under his belt. So, man, every Friday night is going to be a challenge.
Is this kind of something that you always talk to the guys about? Because you can't take a practice off. You know, it's just not a week. Because when you break down the schedule, man, I mean, it is incredibly tough. But look at the success of your last season, the guys coming back. You know, a lot of confidence in the locker room. What are the guys talking about right now, especially on the practice field? You know, I know you're walking around, you're kind of managing the whole group, you know, you're being the CEO of it, but you got to hear some of these guys talk the excitement level to get the season going.
There is, and I'll say this. Our kids are starting to expect to win. I even noticed that this summer in 7-on-7, where last year we'd win some games. There were just a great level of excitement, where now the kids are winning and they're excited, but it's like, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. And that's the goal that I wanted to get to, is being the head coach at Prattville. We're not completely there yet. You know, the kids, man, we still focus things. It's always going to be about us. It'll always be that way. Even we're going week 9. Sure, we're going to go scheme for our opponent. We're going to know their personnel, but it's always going to be about what we do. We try not to focus too much on what other teams do. Now, we do remind them when sometimes that heat gets up and the guys like, Coach, it's hot out there. I say, well, you're right, but it's hot in Auburn, Alabama. It's hot in Enterprise, Alabama, and they're practicing right now too. So, I mean, you got to put that in perspective. But, you know, man, we focus on us, but our kids are aware. They know the challenge every Friday night in this region.
What's been the off-season motivation for you? Because, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, just going from top to bottom, your background, head coach Thompson, McGill-Tolan, team that you lost to last season in the playoffs, Opelika now back home at Prattville. What's been the off-season motivation for you to motivate your guys?
Well, it's a great question. I'll say this. I know sometimes it gets said too, but truly, man, every year is just a new season. You got a new group of kids. I mean, you had our group last year. So, man, probably the big goal was, hey, man, let's get respect back to Prattville football. Man, I think that group did that. Well, now, hey, let's take the next step. What's the next level? And what is that? What is our goal? What can this team accomplish? Well, no one really knows that. But, you know, my deal with this is, hey, reach your potential. And I've said this all along. We've got a talented group of kids, and when they're dialed in and focused, man, they can accomplish a lot this year. And we don't ever want to put a limit on that. So, man, but it truly is. You're dealing with a different group of seniors, a different group of kids, really a different team. But overall, hey, let's take that next step in the development of this program. You
know, it was one thing that you said, Coach, before we get pretty close to a break, is state championships, the respect to what Prattville's had. I mean, I go through 1984, 2006, 7, 8, 2011. I mean, this community knows what winning's all about. I mean, they've done it a ton. Bringing it back and just respect, teaching that, you know, preaching it to the kids, is that something that they really respond to, is getting that respect back?
Oh, there's no doubt. I think that was the biggest thing when I took the job. I remember walking in day one, and the kids, not intentionally, but they were just kind of beat down a little bit. You know what I mean? They had just been, they had not been winning, and they heard it. They heard the pressure. So, man, the kids wanted to get back to being good again. And I tell them all the time, so, guys, when you put on that Prattville jersey, you represent so many people, not just yourself, not just your families, but every person that ever played at Prattville, all those state championship teams. So, yes, you're playing for those groups of people as well. So that was a big goal, was getting respect back to Prattville football, and we're on our way of doing that. We're not there yet, but we're on our way.
Coach, we've got a ton more in store for you tonight. We're just getting kicked off the first leg of this journey, first show of the season. We have got, again, tons more ahead. You're listening to Dixie Country 100.1 Prattville Live YouTube. We've got tons of ways you can watch us. It's time for our first break of the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Chip Powell here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet with sales manager Kirk Mims, where LP also stands for low prices. Kirk, talk about your deals here.
Man, it's a great time here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. You know what? Football is here, but football also means fall savings at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. We got great prices. We got a great inventory. We got 0% financing on multiple models. There's never been a bigger time to shop. We have a great selection of used cars. You can go to LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Larry Puckett Chevrolet right here in Prattville, Alabama.
Think local. Think of all the skill and talent found right here in our community. Hands that build, hands that feed, teach, protect, and hands that heal. Guardian Credit Union reaches out to people just like you. Handling loans for new cars, opening doors to new homes, saying yes to fun and adventure. When you need a strong, steady financial hand, think local. Think Guardian.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
It's time for a trip to Prattville Outdoors at 118 Highway 82 West in Prattville. Prattville Outdoors is locally owned, family operated. The Johnson Brothers and Viv. Prattville Outdoors with a great selection of Gravely zero-turn mowers. These are top zero-turn mowers, residential or commercial. Buy now with no money down, 0% financing for up to 48 months, and they got all the sales and service to back up everything they do there at Prattville Outdoors. So when you're ready to buy a brand new lawnmower, you need to go to the people that know their stuff. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com or follow on Facebook.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer.
All right, welcome back in, Coach Caleb Ross Show. We are live here from Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville. The crowd, Coach, man, you really know how to bring the fans out to Buffalo Wild Wings because we are getting packed in. Still tons of time to come in. My clock says 5:43. We're going to be here until about 6:30, so still tons of time to get in. Again, Buffalo Wild Wings want to come in. Great service, great atmosphere. Even something that I was told right before we got going by Big Ted is that Buffalo Wild Wings even plays Prattville high school football games all the time on all the big flat screens out here. So if you want to come have a good meal, get some wings, get hydrated, you can come out here with some of your friends, your family, bring the kids out, friend. It's a kid-friendly environment. Definitely want to get out here. And, Coach, we're moving to second segment of the season, man. First one went pretty quick.
That's right, it did. It's here. It's here. So.
Coach, looking at this, because I know just having my hand on the heartbeat of the Prattville community and, just being up here myself and especially going through all these high school football previews that we're starting over at Alabama News Network, is that Prattville division, we've talked about it, okay? Foley,
right.
Kind of what you want to go into. The kids want to get the respect back. The community wants the respect back.
That's
and
right.
it's something that you've really jumped on and brought in season one because, again, a lot of people at this point think that maybe you're ahead of schedule. I know coaches don't want to hear
That's
that.
right.
You don't want to hear maybe you're ahead of schedule because, it's just the facts. It is what it is. You're doing very well. Looking at Foley and looking at Stanhope, then you got a nice little open week. You can kind of do what you want to with that, kind of get the kids ready for the following, I think, 3 road games you
That's
got.
right.
Tough schedule. What's the early goals? Because, you're looking at tomorrow night. Fans want a little bit of expectations for what they can see on the field, and at least from our Lace Up High School football preview, we've given a little bit of a taste of that.
That's right.
But early goals for you, what's something that you want to see, especially early on tomorrow night?
Well, that's a good question. I think every coach obviously wants to win, but the main thing I want to see us go compete. You've got guys that we've got some experience coming back in some positions, but you got new guys in other positions, and you want to see, hey, when the lights are on and it's game time, how's this kid going to respond? How's he going to respond in this situation? And when you're trying to find those things out, we have a good idea, and you feel good because that kid wouldn't be out there. But you don't know sometimes until you put him in a live situation. And you just want to go execute. I think every coach wants that. It sounds like coach talk, I get it, but you truly just, man, look, we ain't trying to be fancy. We're going to run our stuff, and we want to go execute. Are we going to go block? Are we going to go tackle? Are we going to throw? Are we going to pitch and catch? And those are things that you want to see. And I think that's every coach across the board. But, man, main thing, like I said, you're trying to get guys to get experience because when that region hits, it's real. It's real tough competition. You got to know can this guy play when the lights are on.
Coach, the Buffalo Rock Pepsi player of the game, something we're not going to get to until next week because we hadn't had a game yet, So, giving those player of the game awards about how a guy goes out and executes and, you move from play to play because it's not really from game to game.
That's right.
From a coaching perspective, when you go back and look at film, it's play to play, right? It's breaking down what these guys are doing and maybe, you're trying to think and trying to get these guys to say out loud, what were you thinking when this was going on?
That's right. The constant, man. And sometimes you got, in different types of players, you got your guys that are playmakers, and sometimes they may make enough exceptional plays. They do affect the game, but they also are they missing assignments? Are they doing things that, you made 3 or 4 great plays, but you had 7 or 8 busts that put us in bad situations, and that's why we had to punt on that series, or that's why we gave up a first down. And sometimes those things aren't seen. Man, you want the guys that are going to be consistent. That is the main thing, man. We want guys that are going to be consistent. We know what we're going to get. He's going to know what to do, and that's what you're trying to achieve, man, every week during practice and every Friday night.
Coach, let's bring in my man. I saw him a little bit earlier this morning. Putts for Paul's over at Emerald Mountain. Buffalo Rock, well represented from what you're doing. Again, you got that Pepsi Player of the Week, something we're going to start next week. From, I guess, your perspective, coming and being a part of the Prattville community, what's your big push, what do you want to see from the Prattville family?
Well, we just like to see, the relationship, the communication, just coming together and just being able to help support the school, the players, and just being there to just to encourage them. And
yeah, I guess encouragement and trying to get the player. That's something Coach preaches all the time, trying to get those guys ready. Something we were talking about a second ago, breaking down the film, something I didn't like to do back in the day. I guess explain a little bit from maybe your involvement, Buffalo Rock, being a part of a community like this. What's the biggest thing that you like to see taken away? Because we got tons of fans, tons of family out here in the crowd. Got a nice little crowd shot we've kind of gone back and forth with. From your perspective, just the family atmosphere here in Autauga County.
Yeah, we just, again, as far as Buffalo Rock, the family of being able to help support these young men, playing football and coming out and showing their strength and everything, and just being able to help support them and just encourage them to be a great leader and a great example in the community.
Coach has to know, what did you shoot today?
We were 15 under.
Oh, nice.
15 under?
Yeah.
Who in the world did you play with?
I had two little ringers with me, but we had a couple of.
How many mulligans did you have, and how much string? And
two each, so mulligans do help.
Yeah, just walking through. Well, we've got your perspective. Hopefully, we can get you in each and every week. Hopefully, talk a little bit more community aspect, kind of see from your perspective, partnering with Prattville Live with Dixie Country, coming on Coach's show, kind of breaking down and maybe get your perspective a little bit on the game from the following week, maybe going forward too.
Yep, we'll be glad to.
All right, man.
It'll be exciting.
Well, we sure do appreciate you. Definitely want to see you next week.
All right.
All right. Let's do it. Coach, man, we've made it through 2 segments, it seems like, on the show. And it's only week 1. It's Foley week. Blood going right now? You feeling it?
It is. I will say, golf, there's nothing better than the dream team of
the dream
me,
team.
you, and Mr. Mike Reynolds right there that we had last year. So, I mean, that was a tough team to beat. But, no, it is, man. We're excited. Football's here. Like I said, this is kind of a good kickoff to, like you just said, get the blood flowing, man. It's starting to get intense.
Did you see those
That's
wings
what
that came
excited
through there?
Right there now.
I tell you one guy, Big Tad Boyke, we're going to get him in next segment to maybe talk a little of that. He just dropped right in front of us.
Fantastic right there. So.
Yeah. All right, it's time for another break. You're listening to the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Chip Powell here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet with sales manager Kirk Mims, where LP also stands for low prices. Kirk, talk about your deals here.
Man, it's a great time here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. You know what? Football is here, but football also means fall savings at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. We got great prices. We got a great inventory. We got 0% financing on multiple models. There's never been a bigger time to shop. We have a great selection of used cars. You can go to LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Larry Puckett Chevrolet right here in Prattville, Alabama.
Think local. Think of all the skill and talent found right here in our community. Hands that build, hands that feed, teach, protect, and hands that heal. Guardian Credit Union reaches out to people just like you. Handling loans for new cars, opening doors to new homes, saying yes to fun and adventure. When you need a strong, steady financial hand, think local. Think Guardian.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
It's time for a trip to Prattville Outdoors at 118 Highway 82 West in Prattville. Prattville Outdoors is locally owned, family operated. The Johnson Brothers and Viv. Prattville Outdoors with a great selection of Gravely zero-turn mowers. These are top zero-turn mowers, residential or commercial. Buy now with no money down, 0% financing for up to 48 months, and they got all the sales and service to back up everything they do there at Prattville Outdoors. So when you're ready to buy a brand new lawnmower, you need to go to the people that know their stuff. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com or follow on Facebook.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer.
Welcome back into the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We are live from Buffalo Wild Wings here in Prattville. So many ways you can listen to us, get the show. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get this show each week. Dixie Country 100.1. Listen to us on the radio just like you are right now, or watch us Prattville live YouTube. Also go to dixiecountry.net, or you can tell Alexa to play Dixie Country on TuneIn. Man, there's about 4 or 5 different ways for Daryl Puckett. Joined again by head coach Caleb Ross. Coach, so many ways people can come in, get this show, get this great atmosphere. And, you know, the biggest thing, we want you to come out and enjoy some good wings, good environment, some good games. Want to get the fans out.
There ain't no doubt, man. I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings and me and Ted here, we've had a good relationship here for about a year and a half. He's been fantastic to me in Prattville football. And this is a great spot. I mean, look at this, man. This is perfect.
Yeah, Coach, you brought up Big Ted right here. Big Ted Boinke coming in, Buffalo Wild Wings general manager. And, Ted, man, you've got a great place. You know, I mean, talking about the monopoly that you have for good wings, good football, good beverages, and Prattville High School football.
Well, like I said, it's the Great American Sports Bar, and that's what we're trying to push here is the community effort. You know, we're not in a big Atlanta market or a big market, so we've got to go small ball. You got to think, you know, Houston Astros or, you know, go for the world championship. And that's something I want to get back to Prattville for, is get that championship feeling that has been missing, the missing link. And I want Buffalo Wild Wings to be really part of that. You know, the last couple of years, it's just like Prattville football, but it wasn't exciting. Now you get that kind of vibe where it's Prattville football is exciting again. And, you know, we got a couple kids here that used to play football. Justin was one of them, and he's got his championship ring from when he played back in, I think, 2011. So, but I really want to thank Coach Kamara also for getting me with Coach Ross. And I had a very hard time, but, you know, like I said, Coach Ross and I have a great relationship. And, you know, like I said, we want to make this prominent. We want to make this the place to be. And, like I said, showing the games on Friday night. So if you'd like to have an adult beverage and, you know, watch football, watch Prattville play, you can come here. You know, I always tell Coach, you know, if you get thrown out of a game, you know, come here and coach from the sidelines, you know. So, you know, like I said, it's just something. We've got great food. We've got new food coming out. Our new burgers are awesome. Our All-American burger's great. We've got Nashville hot. We've got hand-breaded chicken now, that the chicken is actually hand-breaded in a Lagunitas batter. So, I mean, it's just the place to be. I mean, there's no other place to go to for watching big game sports and everything else.
Ted, I'm going to have to slow you down a little bit because Coach is blushing over here. I mean, Coach, I mean, calm down a little bit. Calm down. We got
it was
your
funny last week.
show
There were a
here.
couple of people that are like, what are you bringing that food for? Well, you know, Coach Kamara was in his office, said, hey, got a little present for you. And I showed up in Coach Ross's office. I said, are you hungry today? And he goes, well, you know, I really haven't thought, but you know what? Yeah, I am. Let me just hide this back here. So,
yeah, no doubt.
You know,
I mean, look at that mound of wings right there.
Hey, Coach,
fantastic,
you love
man.
wings. What's your favorite flavor that your guy Ted hooks you up with?
You know, believe it or not, I'm now everything he's ever provided has been outstanding. I'm kind of a traditional guy, I guess, man. I like the old traditional buffalo sauce.
Oh, he's got some of that.
Yeah, I see it somewhere between a mild and a medium. I don't like it super hot, but a little bit of kick's fine.
Yeah, so. Ted, it's something that you know you mentioned a second ago, and I think our first segment that we threw it out there too, is that you playing games on most of your TVs here when it's Friday night and Prattville's on the field, and there's a way to get a stream going. Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville is going to stream that.
It's going to stream it, yeah, with sound and everything. We can play the sound. Like I said, the sound is actually from the Coachy shows playing on the inside. So if you really didn't want to sit on our patio, you can enjoy the Coachy show from inside on Thursdays, or, you know, or same with Friday night if you don't want to be around, you know, just want to have a nice quiet evening and hang out with, you know, 400 of your friends instead of, you know, thousands of your friends.
That's right.
And have an adult beverage, please do so. Come here.
Big Ted Boinke, my man, Buffalo Wild Wings general manager. I mean, obviously, we can't do this side on location without you. And, you know, I know Coach is excited. I think I'm more excited. These fans are super jacked to be partnered with you, to come out here, enjoy some good wings, some good time, good family, stories, build new memories types of things.
The funny thing was, the first time we started this, Coach Ross showed up, and I had his Coachy show playing. And he walked in. He
what
goes,
are you doing?
He goes, that sounds like me. I'm like, well, why don't you look on the big screen? He goes, that is me.
Oh, snap.
Wow, I didn't know you could do that. That's me. And I'm like, yeah, that's you. So he was like taken back that we had him on the, on the big screen. So I'm not, like I said, we'll show it. I'm not afraid to, It's all about pride, Prattville pride.
You got skills here, that's for sure. And I know I'm excited to come back next week and every single week that we can bring the show back here again. Ted Boyke, my man. Hopefully it's a friendship that will start to grow.
We'll keep it going. It's no problem. Like I said, my pleasure. We're having fun, and that's part of it.
Ted Boyke, my man. We'll see you next week, okay?
We'll do. Thank you. You have a good one.
Coach, man, I mean, we just broke it down, had a little breaking down the wings. I'm looking on your plate. I haven't started yet, but you've been all top of that. Was it a traditional?
It was traditional. It was. I'm gonna try a little bit of everything, but that was pretty good right there. I hit the spot.
All right, Coach, it is time to hit not a full break, but a quick station identification. So we'll be back in 10 seconds for this quick station ID. All right, we're back. Dixie Country 100.1, Bravo Live YouTube, DixieCountry.net, and even some tune-in action. You can get Alexa. Just tell Alexa what's up. Alexa will hook you up with the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Coach, man, I mean, we've broken down a lot on the first show, touched a little bit last year, looked at some past state championships, the history, the pride of Prattville. That's something that, I grew up, went to Prattville Christian, back when I went ages ago, it feels like, AISA ball. So it is a little bit different. Had a bunch of buddies that played on these state championship teams at Prattville. I mean, the glory years, nationally ranked. It's something I want to go to, being nationally ranked, getting that recognition back to Prattville, because I know it probably drives you nuts, and it drives coaches nuts when you hear fans that might bring up the past and say, man, Coach, we're ranked top 10 in the entire country. USA Today came out with a poll. For you, yeah, that's awesome.
That's right.
That's accolades. It's something that if you get in the top 10, you get the top 25, whatever, that's nice to see because it's validation for what you're doing. But getting this program back to where it once was.
That's right.
That's the mission. That's the goal. That's something from day one when I met you playing some golf. And, I'll throw out there some ugly golf. I was playing some ugly golf.
Don't bring that day up.
Coach, playing some ugly golf, I saw right to your vision. It wasn't about seeing the success and numbers immediately on the plate. But after last season, seeing what you could do with a bunch of guys that you've only had limited time to get to know, I mean, it's got to feel good at this point going into season 2.
Yeah, we're on schedule. We are. And, man, when taking this job, we made the decision, me and my family, we're going to come back to Prattville. Prattville's my home, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, hey, this is not just a job to me, man. We're immediately invested day one. And we wanted to build a program. Yeah, we want to win every game. We wanted to win as many as we could last year. But we were here to build a program that was it's going to last for a long, long time. And it's taken a lot of work. It has. Mm-hmm. It's taken a lot of work, and we still got a lot of work to do. But like I said, the kids, the coaches are starting to understand that expectation. The community starting to buy in again. It was going to take a lot of time, and we have chipped away at it. I tell people it's like chopping a tree, man. You just got to keep chipping away at it, and every day you get a little bit better. And that's really been the goal of doing the little things. And it's something that it just don't happen overnight, man. You get creating those habits, that expectation, man. That's the only way I know to do it. You set a high expectation, and you're consistent every day of holding people accountable to it. And I mean, we're on our way. We're still getting there. We're on our way.
I mean, Coach, every stop you've been at, you've had success. I mean, year one success. I mean, look, you can tell me whatever you want. At the end of the day, I'm sitting back and I look at what I saw last season compared to the past couple years that I've covered Prattville High School, at least on the television side, over on CBS 8, ABC 32. Is that I saw a different product. I saw a different type of feel and atmosphere. People were excited. They were genuinely excited for each week, wanting to travel with the team, and, to grab a little bit on that. You're talking about chipping away. Let's bring in Chip Powell, part of this excellent broadcast team that you have here for Prattville High School. And, Chip, let's just get it right off. You've been here forever, man. You've been here forever. You've been part of this crew forever. You've seen the ups and downs. You've seen the height of what this program can get to. Coach Ross, second season, man. How excited are you?
Oh, man, it's the greatest time of the year. Everybody's pumped, man. It doesn't get any better than this. And, everybody is real proud and impressed with Coach Ross's first year, except me. I'm really not that impressed. No, I'm kidding.
Tough critic.
But listen, listen.
He's tough.
He let me talk to the team last year, and every time I talked, we won. And when I didn't talk, we lost. And he hadn't asked me this week, so there's a lot of pressure on him. So I don't know, but
that's a missing ingredient. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Coach, it was something you said a second ago that I was pushing to, and then I just kept staring at Chip, and I just had to get him in here. Is about bringing your family in, okay, taking a job that was home, a place you're incredibly familiar with, and having Chip, a guy that's played here too, that's gone on to have success in his playing days, has come back on the broadcast side, being home.
That's right.
How important is just the message that you want to get to the fans that, hey, I'm home, I'm here to build something to get it back to what it used to be.
It means something, man. It just does. It's who you are. This is, and you get into your career, and a lot of coaches go through this. You don't know if, man, are you ever gonna? It's a goal, it was a dream of mine at one time, but you go on, life puts you other places. You don't ever know if you're gonna have that opportunity, and then when it comes about, man, is this something we want to do? So we sit down, me and my wife, and said, hey, do we want to go do this? And there's so many great things about coming home, but there's also, hey, there's going to be an expectation. I get asked all the time, Coach, man, it's a pressure job at Prattville. And I said, it is a pressure job, but, being a head coach at Opelika was a pressure job. Being a head coach at McGill, too, and in Mobile, that's a big deal to the people in Mobile. But there is a little bit when you're home because you know the people. You know the expectation from a guy like a Chip Powell, man, who's played there. And like I said, you want to every Friday night make those guys proud, man. You really do. Because, man, just like me, they laid it on the line on that field, man, wearing that Prattville jersey. And you're trying to get that message across to your kids every day that, man, you represent so many people. This is different. This is home, man. We are immediately invested since the first day we stepped back on campus.
Chip, how much have you seen over the summer, going in the fall, a little bit different transition for – because, you don't have Trey, you don't have Malik, a couple of different guys offensively that were just so good last season for Prattville. You got a new quarterback, Kramer, has had a lot of good experiences past year. What's the look, what's the feel on the field for you, just looking at these guys in practice and just seeing Coach Ross just get at them? Because I know he's getting at them in practice.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I hadn't seen as much as I would like to have because it's too hot out there for me. But anyway, I do want to go back before I get that, Daryl, and talk about family here at Prattville.
Touch on it.
First, I want to mention that Coach Ross's father passed away since last season.
Oh, Coach.
And that was it was a reunion, though. When I went to the funeral, there were guys and coaches there that were there. My father coached Caleb's dad, Glenn, in the 60s, late 60s,
That's
I
right.
believe.
That's right.
And so it goes way back beyond even what people know, the family that's here. And it's so unique, this situation here, and I'm so proud that Caleb came back. But getting to your questions, man, I've just seen the confidence in the guys and all our skilled players. The 7-on-7, we did really well this year. And I've just heard through the coaches how some of Isaiah Causey, I believe, is one guy that's really came on and really came forward and surpassed, I think, what people would expected of him. But there's a lot of new guys, and I say new, young guys that have come in, and we've got a really established coaching staff with Coach Malone still handling the offense, and then Coach Shoop's taking over the defense, and a lot of guys are still here. And that's the biggest thing, and you've got excitement, and you've got talent coming in and developing by these coaches, and that's the biggest thing we see outside of the football program where we are. Look, we're still kind of looking in. We're not there day to day like Caleb and the coaches are.
it seems like to me, just growing up in this community too, and looking at Prattville on the outside, because the school I did go to, I was around and could see I had buddies that played. That the family atmosphere. I mean, Prattville pride is family pride. It seems like this entire community, people that's played in past years, currently playing, coaches, old coaches, parents, cousins. I mean, everybody. It seems like everybody sticks together, and I think it's just it's a testament when you look at the people here to come, see the show live.
That's right.
The support that you have throughout the community is this something that you push to the team?
Oh, absolutely, man. We on a weekly, daily, if not daily basis, we talk about that. This is a special place, and that's what makes this place special, man. It makes the job great, that that the community supports you. The community will get behind you. There's enough talent here. There's enough resources here, and the community cares. If you were just an outsider coach and had no association, man, that's what attracts quality guys, man, if you want to win. Now you throw in the extra that it does mean something to me personally, then, yeah, man, it's just a great recipe. And like I said, man, I've always been proud to say I was from Prattville, Alabama. Always. Even when I was living in Mobile and we were winning championships at McGill, man, I was always had a little bit extra because, man, to me, a kid from Prattville was just a little bit different. He's got a little bit something else about him, man. I've always been proud to say that. And now here I get to go lead these guys, and I'm proud. I'm proud of that. Really am.
Coach, 40 minutes down. We've got about 20 left. The first edition of the Coach Caleb Ross Show this season. 2019 got the first game tomorrow night at Foley. We'll still get you ready for that show. Stick with us. You're listening to Dixie Country 100.1 Prattville Live YouTube. All these other ways you can get to us. Stay with us. The next segment of the Coach Caleb Ross Show continues in just a moment.
Chip Powell here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet with sales manager Kirk Mims, where LP also stands for low prices. Kirk, talk about your deals here.
Man, it's a great time here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. You know what? Football is here, but football also means fall savings at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. We got great prices. We got a great inventory. We got 0% financing on multiple models. There's never been a bigger time to shop. We have a great selection of used cars. You can go to LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Larry Puckett Chevrolet right here in Prattville, Alabama.
Think local. Think of all the skill and talent found right here in our community. Hands that build, hands that feed, teach, protect, and hands that heal. Guardian Credit Union reaches out to people just like you. Handling loans for new cars, opening doors to new homes, saying yes to fun and adventure. When you need a strong, steady financial hand, think local. Think Guardian.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
It's time for a trip to Prattville Outdoors at 118 Highway 82 West in Prattville. Prattville Outdoors is locally owned, family operated. The Johnson Brothers and Viv. Prattville Outdoors with a great selection of Gravely zero-turn mowers. These are top zero-turn mowers, residential or commercial. Buy now with no money down, 0% financing for up to 48 months, and they got all the sales and service to back up everything they do there at Prattville Outdoors. So when you're ready to buy a brand new lawnmower, you need to go to the people that know their stuff. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com or follow on Facebook.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Uniroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change, and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer. Son, are they going to do this every week?
All right, welcome back in the Coach Caleb Ross Show. We are still live from Buffalo Wild Wings here in Prattville, and we are having an incredible show at this point. It's the first one of the season, many more to go. It is Foley Week game number 1 of the year. Still with me, the man himself. The reason why you've been watching it, listening to it, is head coach Caleb Ross for your Prattville Lions. Also joined by my man Chip Powell on the Prattville Lions radio network. Still with us, guys. It's something that I've been wondering because, I've seen all these great videos, photos, Chip, of you and Will and then the entire travel team that especially when you hit the road.
Oh, man.
Man,
Well,
you are going in style. How can I get on that? I mean, like, me and Coach want to jump to that level.
I may ride back with him after the game tomorrow. So.
Hey, listen, we got to thank Larry Puckett Chevrolet for what they do for us and our broadcast team and what they do to support Prattville football. And they've always done that. They're Larry Puckett's they're really the dealer in Prattville you want to buy cars from. He's the Chevrolet dealer here. He gives us a vehicle to drive to each one of the games. And, of course, we're going to have a good time going down to Foley and one of these nice Chevrolets tomorrow. And we normally do a live stream. Me and Stacy Mills and Will Barrett will do one tomorrow. And it's entertaining. Last year we witnessed 2 wrecks, almost a homicide, and several other things.
Coach, is this something that you do for pregame? You just kind of watch the Facebook feed and see what Chip and guys are doing?
It's different.
But, they can't watch it because they're getting serious for the game, so.
Sounds like that's serious right there, though, man.
Yeah,
That's intense.
Maybe a little pregame ritual type thing for the broadcast crew, maybe for the coaching staff. And, that kind of moves me to something that I want to get to in the show, the coaching staff. I mean, Caleb, look, you've put together a very impressive staff. I mean, yeah, you lost a couple guys to some coaching jobs, but that only happens when you do what? You put such a good staff together when you first get there. Confidence that you have in your guys, man, because it just seems like each position is just coached so well.
That's right, man. Yeah, man, we are very blessed. I mean, we mentioned a couple earlier. Chip mentioned a couple. We're talking about offensive staff, man. Very fortunate last year. He's been with me now 2 years. A guy named Matt Malone. Just a smart, sharp guy. Gets it, man. We can speak the same language when we're talking about offense. Man, does a great job, man. He's going to call a lot of it, man. We kind of call it together, but he's going to call probably most of it. Man, does an outstanding job. Really, really smart guy. Glad to have. Always wanted to hire him and had a chance to do that when I got to Prattville. Man, we really blessed. And you got a guy like Gene Cherizal, man, a wide receiver coach, man. Probably one of the best on-the-field coaches I've ever been around, and one of the best building relationships. I've had guys at receiver that have been great on the field, but they really weren't great with the kids, or they were great with the kids, but, man, our techniques weren't just great.
Struggle a little bit.
Yeah, he's the whole package, man. And then Jason Brown, man. Jason Brown's like one of those guys. He's kind of the glue that holds things together on offense. And, man, he does our tight ends, helps inside wide receivers. He really is an outstanding coach and cares about kids. And, man, James Strickland does our running backs, man. James may be the smartest guy in the whole room, bottom line, man. But he's been coaching a long time, really, really good with kids as well. Love my 2 O-line guys. Got Mitchell Thornton, Jess Smith, man. They're both outstanding people, outstanding coaches. That unit, man, is going to be a lot improved this year, man. Really proud of that. And I go on, I will, man. Our defensive staff, Granger Shook, got an opportunity. Granger was qualified last year to be defense coordinator, had a chance to hire J.B. Wallace. We went with that. JB got a chance to be a head coach again. It took zero thought. Granger Shook's going to be the defensive coordinator.
Straight to it.
And, man, he's outstanding. Done an outstanding job with the strength and conditioning. The kids respond to him, man. He builds great relationships. He's got high energy. He's focused. He's my type of guy, man, and he's doing a great job with our defense. Man, you look on the back end, we were able to hire a guy named T.J. Presley, young guy. Actually coached his half-brother at Opelika. Phenomenal family, phenomenal people. Man, he's done an outstanding job, man. The future for that guy is really, really bright. Kevin Hall, we moved him back to safeties, man. Kevin Hall is one of those guys that quietly is an outstanding coach, outstanding football coach. Obviously, he's our head baseball coach. He's an outstanding football coach. Man, Ryan Wilson. Ryan's a guy, man, that is awesome with the kids. Man, he's got a ton of experience. Defense coordinator with Wetumpka, defense coordinator at Prattville. Goes out of his way to do what it takes, man, to help kids, man. It's been an outstanding resource for me coming back to Prattville of connecting to some people that maybe I didn't know, even though I was from here. And, man, he does an outstanding job. Was able to hire 2 new D-line coaches this year. A guy named Joseph Lauderdale was at Ashford High School, young coach. We got 3 or 4 different references on this guy that, hey, he is outstanding. If you can hire him, that'll be fantastic. And then we ever hire a guy named Heath McCrae, who played at Huntington with Granger, man, and he is doing an outstanding job. The kids really rally around him. So to say that we're blessed with a good staff, man, I can't. They're workers too, man. And we set a high expectation, and we put in a lot of time, a lot of hours. And I better mention this now. Their wives, their families give up a lot for us to do what we do. And, man, it is definitely not unnoticed. I understand
You're blessed.
Man, we're blessed. It is, because it takes to be successful at this level, it takes a commitment. These guys put it in, and the families at home allow them to do it.
Dixie Country 100.1 Prattville Live YouTube, DixieCountry.net. Even listen to us on TuneIn app, the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Of course, get your highlights during Lace Up on Friday night, Alabama News Network. Coach, we're to that point again, man. It's time to hit another break. So let's do it. You're watching, you're listening, you're doing anything you want. You're getting the show. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Coach Caleb Ross Show.
Chip Powell here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet with sales manager Kirk Mims, where LP also stands for low prices. Kirk, talk about your deals here.
Man, it's a great time here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. You know what? Football is here, but football also means fall savings at Larry Puckett Chevrolet. We got great prices. We got a great inventory. We got 0% financing on multiple models. There's never been a bigger time to shop. We have a great selection of used cars. You can go to LarryPuckettChevrolet.com.
Larry Puckett Chevrolet right here in Prattville, Alabama.
Think local. Think of all the skill and talent found right here in our community. Hands that build, hands that feed, teach, protect, and hands that heal. Guardian Credit Union reaches out to people just like you. Handling loans for new cars, opening doors to new homes, saying yes to fun and adventure. When you need a strong, steady financial hand, think local. Think Guardian.
Buffalo Rock is well known for Pepsi and other great soft drink brands. Did you know that Buffalo Rock is one of the River Region's largest full-service caterers? And have you heard about Micro Market? Buffalo Rock is leading the region with innovation to replace conventional vending at many of the larger industrial plants. Plant management loves it, and so do the employees. To find out more about Buffalo Rock Catering and the Micro Market, call Mike Barnett at 334-394-4452. The Buffalo Rock family is proud to support area schools. BuffaloRock.com.
It's time for a trip to Prattville Outdoors at 118 Highway 82 West in Prattville. Prattville Outdoors is locally owned, family operated. The Johnson Brothers and Viv. Prattville Outdoors with a great selection of Gravely zero-turn mowers. These are top zero-turn mowers, residential or commercial. Buy now with no money down, 0% financing for up to 48 months, and they got all the sales and service to back up everything they do there at Prattville Outdoors. So when you're ready to buy a brand new lawnmower, you need to go to the people that know their stuff. Go to PrattvilleOutdoors.com or follow on Facebook.
Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish. Give me some U.S. farm-raised catfish.
I only use U.S. farm-raised catfish.
We've been selling U.S. farm-raised catfish since 1978.
They do have a choice for a good, wholesome, safe fish. We know it's a good product.
Ask for U.S. farm-raised catfish, only the finest, freshest, tastiest. You can taste the difference.
From our farm to your table, your family deserves the best. U.S. farm-raised catfish.
Chip Powell here with Lewis Mills, service manager of Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. Lewis, talk to us about your Express Oil Change.
Well, our Express Oil Change, we have a full-line mechanical shop. We do 10-minute oil changes, and we are a full-fledged tire shop. We're a direct dealer with Michelin, BF Goodrich, Unaroyal, and Yokohama.
When you need service, your oil change and tires, come here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Express Oil Change and Tires Engineer.
Welcome back for the final time tonight, the Coach Caleb Ross Show. I'm Daryl Puckett, and Coach, man, we've had tons of guests from top to bottom, Buffalo Wild Wings, some Buffalo Rock Pepsi, little Chip Powell, but now we're going to bring in another guy, the voice of the Prattville Lions, Will Barrett. Will, man, we've done a lot of radio together, and coming on the show, man, I'm pumped up just to be a part of this team.
This is a great thing to be a part of. Prattville Lions football in this community is second to none, and it is. It's an awesome thing to be part of the program. I'm glad to have you on this year.
Thank you.
This is great. And what a great venue, right?
Yeah.
Greatest place. We've been doing this thing for 10 years now. I've been a part of it 10 years. This is the best venue we've had since the start. This is great.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings here in Prattville almost every Thursday night, a couple junior high games. Of course, we'll tell you about it. Come out, see us out there too. But Buffalo Wild Wings in Prattville, 5:30 to 6:30 Thursday night. Guys, we only got a few more minutes left in the show. Of course, people want to stick around on Dixie Country to get the Nick Saban show. That's coming up right after us. A little incentive if you're a Bama fan to stick with us here on Dixie Country 100.1. But, guys, especially Will, leading in first game, man, how much game prep have you been doing leading up on Foley? What's the skinny on Foley coming in?
Well, the good thing about traveling to Foley first game and playing Foley first game is we have a good friend down there Clark Stewart, who helps us out with a lot of game prep for Foley. And so we're pretty well versed on what Foley is all about. We saw them a lot last year. They returned a lot of players from last year to this year's team. And this Prattville squad does too. A lot of players from last year. You'll see them again this year. A lot of returning talent. I look forward to a good game Friday night. I think Prattville will come away with a win. It'll be a hard-fought win down in Foley. They always play well down there. Coach,
what's the pulse on Prattville Nation right now?
You talking about just for our football program?
Yeah,
right
man.
Now?
I mean, leading in.
We're excited. We're excited about opening the season, man. I know as a coach, I know the kids are tired of competing against one another. They're ready to go compete against somebody else. I'm ready to go see that, man, all this work we put in, the spring, summer, these kids, some of the work we've done this August, is it going to pay off, man? Are the kids that we're hoping is going to step up and execute, are they going to do that? I mean, it's like a treat. It really is. It's just stressful. It's exciting. It's all rolled into one. But, man, it really is. It's fun to watch these kids go achieve the things they set out to achieve. It really is.
Yeah, Coach, next week we'll have our Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Week. We'll dive into that, maybe talk with the player as well, kind of get his thoughts on how he's going to get his team ready for the following week. We'll get to that next week. Stanhope, can't look to next week, though. We're going to have to take care of business tomorrow night. I've got a good feeling, guys. I've got a really good feeling about what you're going to do tomorrow night.
I hope so, man. I do. Our kids are ready. They've had a great week of practice. I'd say this, man. We had an average Monday. We've had a great Tuesday, great Wednesday. I'm always honest with the kids, and Monday probably wasn't our best, but we responded really, really well. We've had a great camp, though, man. We really got after it. Kids have really worked hard. It's time. It's time to go see, man. It's time to go see if we're real or not. So.
Will, final thoughts before we go for the first show?
Hey, this is it, man. It all comes together now, and people don't realize how many people actually play into the success of the program, from the band to the quarterback club to the equipment managers to the sports medicine personnel to the coaches and the coaches' families that all sacrifice their time to make this what it is, and to the players. We see a small part of it on Friday night, but this is a year-long process that have hundreds of people involved in it to make it a success. So I'm proud of the Lion Nation, proud to be a part of it. And tomorrow night, when the Lion Nation travels to Foley, we got a great traveling fan base. There's a bus coming down from Prattville to Foley tomorrow night for people that have bought a ticket to be on the bus to come down, not to mention the folks that are going to be driving down on their own. So it'll be a great night, and it's just like Coach said, it's the icing on the cake when the lights come on Friday night. All the work comes to fruition.
Well, that's going to put a wrap from week 1 of the Coach Caleb Ross Show. Got Foley tomorrow night. Of course, you can catch the game, catch the highlights. We'll bring it back. Alabama News Network will have that for you. CBS 8, ABC 32, Dixie Country 100.1, Prattville, live YouTube, dixiecountry.net. You can listen to it as well. Or also check us out on the TuneIn each and every week. For head coach Caleb Ross of your Prattville Lions, Will Barrett, Chip Powell, the other guys that joined us to make this such an incredible show. That's going to wrap it up for this week. I'm Daryl Puckett, and we are going to see you on the other side. Stick around. The Nick Saban Show follows in just a few minutes.